Well, here we have the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6. So this is the more affordable and definitely more pocketable member of Samsung's folding family. We did the Fold 6 a couple of weeks ago. That's the one that opens like a book. This, of course, obviously is the one that opens like a clamshell. Yeah, I say it's more affordable. It's actually about $220 more expensive than last year's model, so it's getting up there. So are you getting $220 worth of upgrades? Let's find out. So first up, this is the Silver Shadow model, but you can get this phone in 7 different colors, so that's a pretty good selection. There's blue, yellow, mint, and then there are some online-only deals. There's a white one, there's a peach one, and it also comes in crafted black, which is just so much more crafty than just black. So yeah, so you've got plenty of choice as far as that goes. There are lots of accessories to go with it as well to match. There are even some covers that have little LEDs that sparkle, and you can match the wallpaper to them, and yeah, all sorts of crazy stuff like that if you really want to bling things out. We've got a more durable hinge. It's the most compact flip they've made yet, and as you can see, folds completely flat. And yeah, like I say, it's so much easier to put in. This is my preferred form factor when it comes to a foldable, if I'm going to be honest. I just find the fold still is a little bit bulky for me, whereas this you can just slip in your pocket. Just disappears there, and you don't even know it's there. So in fact, it's down the bottom of my pocket, there we go, got it out again. So yeah, it just feels, like I said with the Fold a couple of weeks ago, it's just so much more, it just feels so much durable, so much more finished. It's a definitely, it's a serious phone now. It's not just a gimmick. It's not just an experiment. You can open and close it with complete confidence, and you don't feel like you're about to, break the thing into 2 pieces, which is ideal when you're spending over $2,000 for it. We've got a water resistance rating now, IP48. So it's a low water resistance rating, but yeah, that's better than nothing. They have made an improvement to the battery. It's got a bigger battery in it. I can't say that I've noticed a massive improvement in real use. You're still, it is starting to get pretty low by the end of the day, but at least you do make it through the day. So yeah, there's probably some work to do there yet. There's a jump in performance though, because we've got the latest Snapdragon, what do they call it, the Gen 3, the mobile Gen 3 chip. So same chip as the Fold and the other S series flagships had earlier in the year as well. So yeah, and it's teamed up with 12 gig of RAM, which is a jump from 8 gig last year. So yeah, this thing is not just a rocket ship; it's an interstellar rocket ship. It really flies. But yeah, perhaps the biggest upgrade that they've made, because yeah, that other pain point with this device was camera performance. You're sort of paying for a flagship phone and you get a sort of a mid-tier sort of camera performance in the past. No more. The camera has been upgraded. So you've got a 50 megapixel wide sensor to go with the 12 megapixel ultra wide. And that makes a massive improvement to the kinds of pictures that you can take. It also introduces 2 times optical zoom. We've only ever had a digital zoom on this form factor before, so yeah, it just means that your photos and your videos are just that much clearer and that much more usable, more professional. So yeah, I'm not going to make any complaints about the camera anymore. Like the Fold and the S series phones from earlier in the year, you've got access to all the powers of Galaxy AI, so all the photo editing that I've already demonstrated with the Fold, and things like the translation where you can put it into flex mode, and then whoever you're talking to who's speaking another language gets a translation on the screen, as well as an audio translation if you like, while you use the screen to either type in what you're trying to say or just talk, and that translation will happen in real time. So there's all sorts of fun tools like that. But we covered off that pretty much with the Fold. What is unique to this device though is we've seen it before with the camera mode, and we can use it like a handy cam like this if we're taking videos. So you're getting a sort of an infinite shot of me looking at me, looking at me, looking at me there. So yeah, we've seen that before, but now what they've introduced now is a zoom. So all you have to do is put your thumb on the screen and the little zoom slider comes up. So as you can see, I'm zooming in and out there very easily. Don't have to, do anything on screen with another hand, and whereas you might do that on your phone by using the volume rocker. That volume rocker's over there, so that doesn't really work if you're using the camera in this way. And so now, just literally with your thumb, you can slide up and down and do that. So that's a pretty cool trick. So there you have it. Speaking of this preview screen, I will say I would like to see it become a little bit more functional. They have done a little bit more. If I can demonstrate, I keep holding it upside down and it still won't rotate. Don't know why it's not allowed to rotate, but it isn't. Because, when you pull it out of your pocket, you don't know which way up it's going to be. But, yeah, they have introduced a few more widgets and things. So if I can just demonstrate, there's a calendar on there and some of the messaging apps. You can do quick replies and things with those, so you can access those. Maps is on there as well, so you can get maps on the screen, shortcuts to your contacts, the weather. So they're sort of like smartwatch widgets, but I don't understand why they're so resistant to having a fully functional screen. I know it would be small, but that's for you to decide whether you want to use it that way or not, isn't it? But at the moment, you can't use it that way. I suppose if you want that, go with the Fold, and then you get that full-size exterior screen that works just like any other phone. In fact, it works so well that I found that when I was using the Fold, I used that screen most of the time and hardly ever actually unfolded the device. Whereas with this one, I pull it out and I use it just like that, just like a normal phone. Straight away, most of the time. So there's some work to do on that external screen, I think, yet. But other than that, this is definitely, like I say, my favourite foldable form factor. It's a really solid, well-designed device, and with the upgrades to the camera, the RAM and stuff like that, maybe they've justified that price increase just about.